Welcome to another episode of Overtime, the podcast that comes to you straight after the midweek charge. Interviews, recaps, and so much more with your host, Scott Talley.
Hey, welcome to this week's podcast here in CATC Students. This is Overtime with Pastor Scott, and here we are today. We're looking at last night's message, and we put 3 weeks of messages into one night because we really just wanted that moment last night of just really diving deeper in to this whole idea of last night that we introduced of missing Jesus. So, hey, just so you know, over the next few weeks here in the Overtime podcast, we are going to do something a little bit different today. I will recap last night's message, but then next week and the following, so next 3 weeks after this, we'll have student interviews, and we'll have a lot of exciting things happening here from our Overtime podcast here in CATC Students. All right, let's get straight down to business from last night. What a great night we had. We talked about missing Jesus, right? And I shared this funny illustration, per se, of what we have found recently on Marketplace on Facebook. It was a family who was selling, wait for this, selling a nativity scene. This was last year. They were selling a nativity scene on Marketplace there on Facebook. And everything looked great with it, except for it was missing baby Jesus. It said $3. Okay, the price is $3. And hey, by the way, baby Jesus is missing from the nativity scene. I told our students last night, how can you have a nativity scene without Jesus, right? I think it's just absolutely impossible, and I know you do too. It's impossible to have a nativity scene without Jesus. But here we are in this culture of, I looked on Amazon to see what all the top gifts are this year that students want, that teenagers want. And, for some reason in American Christianity, it has become that our Christmases are focused on, sadly, on us, and it has become easier for us to miss Jesus, or leave Jesus out of our Christmas. We get so caught up in the Christmas shopping, we get so caught up on all these different things that it is so easy for us to miss Jesus. And I believe even in 2020, it is absolutely easy for us this year to go through Christmas and miss what we're really celebrating. Now, I know we all are part of CATC Students, and hey, I know we're never going to forget Jesus at Christmas, right? We would never do that. But here's the thing, is that when we are just coming out of a post-COVID moment in our church, in our student ministry, in America, I believe that we are so excited, that we get so excited about traveling, about going and seeing Christmas lights, that we get so caught up in gifts and family that it's so easy that we could miss Jesus this year, Christmas. And so last night we discussed this, right? I thought about what I wanted as a kid and what excited me when I was a child. But the reality is that no matter how we look at Christmas, we cannot miss Jesus. We cannot miss Jesus this year. We can never miss Jesus at any Christmas at all. But this year, we got to make sure that we are focused on Jesus, right? We don't have Easter without Jesus' birth. We don't have the cross without the birth, right? Jesus taking on flesh, coming to earth, is vital to Christianity. It's vital that God would take on flesh, that God gave up his son, willingly his son would come down to earth. And that is what we celebrate at Christmas, is the birth of Jesus. Lee and I know in particular for us this year, we're trying our best to make this Christmas one that our family, in particular John, understands that this is about Jesus. we've already been saying to him, hey, guess whose birthday is coming up on Christmas? Whose birthday is it, right? And he'll say, it's baby Jesus, it's Jesus, right? We're trying to make it exciting as possible for him to realize that Jesus is the purpose of Christmas, not the presents and not the other things that go along with it. And so with that, I pray that you'll just take this Christmas very, very serious as a very intimate moment for you and God to draw closer together. This upcoming Sunday, we're going to be talking in particular about having a Mary Christmas, a Mary, M-A-R-Y, instead of a Martha Christmas. But last night we began kicking that off by talking about Mary and Martha, right? Mary and Martha. Martha's upset because, Jesus, why is Mary at your feet? She's supposed to be helping me clean here in the kitchen. She's supposed to be helping me host. And Jesus responds back to her. This is Scott's paraphrase, of course, of what are you doing? Why are you worried about that when Mary understands what's important that's in front of her right now? You're not always going to have me, but enjoy the moments you have with me right now. And I would just say to you, may we not get the key word last night, the hot word last night was distracted. Let's not get distracted. Let's not become distracted by our culture, by our world that's celebrating something that maybe leaves Jesus out of Christmas. May we keep Jesus at the center of our Christmas this year. May we not get distracted with all the events, the parties, and everything else, and maybe things that don't go our way, but instead, may we just sit there and say, Jesus, I am going to sit here and enjoy being in your presence. Jesus, this Christmas is about you. And may I not miss a moment with you. I want to enjoy this moment. I want to be here with you. And so I pray that this year that your Christmas will not be distracted. I pray this year that your Christmas is completely special and allows you and Jesus to draw closer together. So, hey, this was last night's recap of here on Overtime. Once again, this is Overtime podcast here in CATC Students. And last night we talked about missing Jesus. So we have a lot more coming up over the next few weeks, and I would love for you to keep checking us out here. Hey, subscribe below if you've not yet. Subscribe here to CATC Students YouTube. We would love for you to be one of our subscribers. And, hey, we have a lot more exciting things yet to come, and hoping to launch a lot of exciting things yet to come in 2021. So, hey, let's celebrate these next few weeks. May we not get distracted, and may we not miss Jesus. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We'll see you here soon.
Thank you for listening to Overtime. Join us again next Thursday. This has been a production of CATC Students in Orlando, Florida.